Tell us how old you are without telling us how old you are. I am precisely Challenge of the GoBots years old. Welcome to Ask the Author Friday. I am the author. I'm Mr. Kent Brindley. How you doing? On this very special either or edition of Ask the Author Friday. As always, I am the local self-published fiction author, South Haven, Michigan, Grand Valley State Laker, South Haven Ram. Ask the Author Friday is my opportunity to sit back, relax, and have a little fireside chat with you all. Let's go. Let's get after some questions, shall we? Let's. Not 39, I am 18 with 21 years of experience. Yes. First question. First either or category. The Transformers or the GoBots? I am going to take some heat for this one. I picked the GoBots over the Transformers. I first saw the GoBots on the USA Cartoon Express when I was about 4 years old, and I just never watched Transformers when I was little. They came on after G.I. Joe, and I watched G.I. Joe religiously before turning around and playing with the action figures, and then I skipped Transformers. However, I did watch the GoBots. Excuse me. And that opinion just kind of stuck with me. So that was the first question. Good question, by the way. Glad I thought of it. Now, here we go. Skeletor or Hordak? I pick the evil Horde every time. Pick Hordak over Skeletor. Not exactly sure why, but I just thought of Hordak as the better villain. I mean, the Horde actually succeeded in ruling parts of their planet. Alright, next question. So are you a pantser or are you a planner? Every piece of writing I make at least starts with a general thesis, a general plan. I don't have to stick with that plan all the time. Sometimes I can fly by the seat of my pants and just let the work take on a mind of its own as long as I keep one little finger on it to pull it back. But I'm more of a planner who is open to just letting pantsing happen. Okay. Science fiction, fantasy, or medieval fantasy? Sci-fi. My idea of, I am a big fan of science fiction fantasy versus medieval. I mean, if there are kings, queens, princes, and knights, they have technology. Hence, for example, should have had this prepared. Knights of Cyrene, perfect example. They're knights, but they have access to technology. Last question. Hair metal or grunge? Hair metal. Yeah, definite hair metal. Sucker for a good power ballad. The grunge scene came along when the grunge scene needed to, and I respect that, but it did phase out such great bands as like Firehouse or Mr. Big or others who could have been bigger had they come along a little bit earlier. Whitesnake came along at the right time. They got pretty big. White Lion might have been White Lion or Nelson or I think Skid Row was safe. White Lion, Nelson, Mr. Big, and Firehouse all could have been bigger if they'd come along a little earlier before the Seattle grunge scene emerged. Anyway, this has been Ask the Author Friday. Have any questions for future weeks? You hit the comment section. If you enjoy this content, you can feel free to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Have a great weekend, everybody.